The Tale of Mushak, How a Giant Mouse Became Lord Ganesha's Best Friend. Hello there, curious little minds. Are you ready to hear a wonderful story from ancient times? Whenever we see a picture or a statue of the wise and happy Lord Ganesha, we almost always see a tiny little mouse sitting right next to his feet. This little mouse is named Mushak, and he is Lord Ganesha's very own sowari. But did you know that Mushak wasn't always a tiny, helpful mouse? Once upon a time, he was giant, loud, and caused a whole lot of trouble. Let's dive into the story of how they became best friends. Part 1. The Careless Musician in Heaven. Long, long ago, in the beautiful shining court of Lord Indra, the king of heaven, there lived a handsome and talented musician named Krancha. Krancha was a Gandharva, which is a kind of heavenly angel who loves to sing and dance. One day, the court was full of important guests. Krancha was walking around, but his head was up in the clouds. He wasn't looking where he was going. Oops, he accidentally stepped right on the toes of a very powerful and serious wise man named Sage Vamadeva. Sage Vamadeva was in a lot of pain and became very angry. He looked at Krancha, who had been acting careless and jumping around like a little rodent, and said, "Because you are bouncing around without looking, I curse you to turn into a mouse." Krancha was so sad, he fell to his knees and begged, "Please, wise sage, forgive me. It was an accident." The sage felt a little bit sorry for him. He couldn't take the magic curse back, but he softened it. He said, "You will become a giant mouse, but do not worry. One day the great gods will help you, and you will learn to be good again." Poof! In a flash of light, the handsome musician Krancha transformed into a gigantic, enormous mouse. Part 3. The Giant Mouse Causes Chaos. Krancha, who was now a giant mouse, fell down to earth. And because he was a mouse, he was always hungry and very restless. He ran into the forest and started causing a giant mess. He chewed through huge, thick trees. He knocked over fences. He ran into the farms and ate all the crops that the poor farmers had worked so hard to grow. He even ran through the peaceful camps where the wise sages lived, knocking over their pots and eating all their food. Nobody could catch him. They were very worried. They didn't know what to do. So they sat down and prayed to the smartest and strongest problem solver they knew, Lord Ganesha. Part 4. Lord Ganesha to the rescue. Hearing their prayers, Lord Ganesha smiled and decided to help. He traveled down to earth to find this giant, messy mouse. When the giant mouse saw Lord Ganesha, he didn't stop to say hello. Instead, he charged right at him, ready to cause more trouble. But Lord Ganesha was not scared at all. He stood calmly, holding his magical glowing rope, which is called a pasha, a lasso, and with a swift and graceful throw, the glowing rope flew through the air and looped right around the giant mouse's neck. Part 5. A Promise of Friendship. The magic rope pulled tight, but it didn't hurt the mouse. Instead, the magic touched his heart. All of a sudden, the wild and crazy feelings inside the mouse disappeared. The giant mouse stopped running. He looked up at Lord Ganesha and suddenly remembered who he used to be. He bowed his big head down to the ground and said, "Oh, Lord Ganesha, I am so sorry for all the mess I made and the trouble I caused. Please forgive me." Lord Ganesha has a very kind heart. He smiled his warm smile and said, I forgive you, Cruncha, but you cannot keep running around destroying things. You need a purpose. I will do whatever you say, the mouse promised. Then, from today onwards, Lord Ganesha announced, you will be my special friend and my sawari. You will carry me wherever I need to go. The magic transformation. The mouse squeaked, My lord, how will I carry you? You are very big. Lord Ganesha just laughed a deep, joyful laugh. With a sprinkle of magic, from that day on, the tiny mouse, now known as Mushak, never left Lord Ganesha's side. They go everywhere together, showing the world that no matter how wild or restless we feel inside, with a little bit of wisdom and kindness, we can do wonderful things.